Okay, before we start this sofa sessions with Alex, I don't know what episode is coming out in. Okay, why not louder? Bodoh. So much for a clap. Yo, your clap got so much bass.
How did I do that? I don't know.
So mine is like, yours is like so boom, boom. My God.
No, because I do like this. It's like, oh.
Bodoh. Anyway, welcome to Sofa Sessions with Chris, also known as Chris Can Shoot, sometimes known as or remembered as Decipher BKI, music producer, photographer, and now chit chatter on a sofa. And today we have Alex Alexandra. Let's kick it straight off the top with Unduk Ngadau. How did that happen and why?
How did that happen? Well, this was back in 2016.
Wow.
A while ago.
13 years ago?
No.
Failed my maths. Yo, what? No.
It has not been 13 years.
7 years ago. Yeah. Holy crap. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's only 7 years. Oh shit, it's only been 7 years.
Only? I think it's, still it was a while back.
Okay. So how did it start? How did it happen?
It's so crazy. I just graduated high school.
Habis SPM? Ka STPM?
STPM.
Oh, nice.
And I was working at this takoyaki stall. You know, takoyaki Japan boat.
I know the one in Wisma Merdeka.
The blue
Oh yeah.
signage. Yeah, that one. I was working at. Yeah, I was working at the takoyaki stall. I even know how to do the whole
Twirl thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I was working there for a few months, and then there was this guy who, a customer came to approach me. He was like, "Oh, you're so tall and you look like, you have the looks. Have you ever joined Unduk Ngadau before?" It's like, "No." "Have you ever thought about joining?" "No, not really." And then he was like, "Oh, I'm looking for a talent. I think you can do it." He said, "I think you can do it. If you joined, everything will be on me. Everything will be free. I will prepare everything for you." Basically,
wow.
I was like, "Okay, what have I got to lose, right?" And then, okay, I agreed. And then afterwards, the competition and everything, he trained me basically. And then I won in Kota Marudu. Then we went to state level.
Let's rewind back. How long was the training or the prep for you to go to KM? And was it Mimang decided that since you're from KM, you're gonna represent KM?
Yeah, I mean naturally, usually like that because you have to be from that district, or your mom or your dad has to be from that district.
Nice.
And since I was born and grew up in Kota Marudu, so yeah, I filled the requirement right there.
So when you joined, were you like alone or were like any of your friends in the competition as well?
That's a really good question. I don't think so. No.
Wow.
I don't think so. A lot of the girls were from like other schools or
not your circle.
Yeah, not in my circle. Never met them. Ataupun pernah like maybe saw them here and there. Maybe there's like one or two from the same school, but we weren't really close.
Friends.
Yeah, not friends. Maybe know each other by name. Itu saja lah. But I mean, I have to say, district level, from what I can remember, it was very friendly. Very friendly. We were all very respectful, There's that good sportsmanship. It's like whoever wins, it's, good for you.
Okay.
That
no
kind of
hostility
thing.
type of thing.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
There was no hostility.
How long was the prep leading up to it? And how many rounds was it?
There was... Let me remember. Wait.
7 years ago.
7 years ago, dude. It was, I think I did 3 days training. Yeah.
Girl.
Like walking. Yeah, because I was also working at takoyaki stall, remember?
So your training was... Okay, the takoyaki stall was in KB or KK?
KM.
KM, sorry.
Yeah,
Kota Marudu.
It was Kota Marudu. And then... Yeah, like in between working as well. Like I had to find time. Usually it was during off days. So I think I only had 3 days to train. But it wasn't really that hard, to be honest. It was
Wow, flex.
no, it was more like how to walk.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. 3 days I won. Okay. What was the... Oh, well, no, not weirdest, but what was hardest to adjust for to join Unduk Ngadau? Or that you were surprised you had to go through this?
The hard state or district?
A district.
Okay.
District.
To be honest, it was very... I suppose the most challenging part for me was the walking. You have to sashay.
Oh, it was really slow as well, right?
Yeah, you have to do it very slow, but also like sashay.
Those who don't know, the Unduk Ngadau sachet is not your fashion runway sachet.
No.
It's like half the speed. Like, and you have to maintain it all the way from front to back. Well, they announce you, they give all your bios and stuff.
Yeah, and you have to do it gracefully. Because sometimes you get tired, right? In between doing it, kan? You get tired and it shows to like, you have to really train. Because when you get tired, you get stiff. So it shows. It really shows. Like, you're not graceful already at that point. So yeah, I suppose for me, that was a challenge.
The answering questions and everything was okay lah. Or you weren't too stressed out about it?
I wasn't too stressed out about it because we were given the questions beforehand. And then we...
Oh, but you didn't know which one would be your question. Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of the questions were like general questions. You can answer it just, thinking off the top of your head. And then I think the only thing is having to battle nervousness. Because when you're on stage, a lot of people are watching you. I mean, these things, when people ask you, they're very general questions. Off the top of your head, you can answer it. But when you're nervous, it's a different thing.
True.
Yeah. So...
Was it your first time doing like a public appearance thingy? Or have you done like public speaking or school representation or...
I have never done public speaking in school, but I did do plays.
Oh, in school?
Yeah.
What?
I wrote like a school script.
You wrote
This was in high school, yeah.
So you've always been into production without going into production.
I know, yeah, it's crazy. I've always loved it. I acted in it as well. I wrote the script, I directed. I still remember, I was like, tingkatan 4, tingkatan 5.
What? You had fun.
And then we represented our school in Kudat even
Nice.
Because my script, won... I think it won best script. I was so proud of myself.
Was it in English or?
English.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then our main actress at the time, she won best actress as well. We were all so proud of her. Like, it's great,
Oh, okay. So that means you were not shy of the stage.
So I suppose, yeah.
So when growing up, how did you feel in Kota Marudu being on the stage for the Unduk Ngadau? Do you feel any pressure, or was it like, what am I doing here? Or like, am I really, I'm in front of my family, is this what it is? Like, how did it feel?
There was definitely nervousness, but also at the same time, there were, I had this thing where, okay, I just need to get through this. And then, I can worry about the next one. I just need to get through this first. And then that made it manageable with the nervousness, with the emotions and everything. Doing things one by one, step by step, have helped me a lot. Yeah. I'm
going to pivot from that. So would you say you're not the type to overthink situations, but take it as it comes?
I can be that person. I can also be the overthinker type, but I think I've learned to manage that.
From situations or from guidance or
from guidance and situations.
Parents or family, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's like, when you're faced with like, hardships, when you're faced with things that are difficult, don't try if it's not something that you can solve now right here and right then and there, don't worry about it so much. Think about what you can do for now, and think about how you can get through this now. the other thing, you can worry about that later. But what do we need to worry about now? And let's get through that now.
Man, I wish I had that mindset at 18, 17. I only went through that at like 30, late 30s, early 40s. Like, yep, pick that up slow. Anyway, back to your Unduk Ngadau situation. So it was KM. You went through it and you won. Was it a one-day thing?
Yeah, I mean, yes, the competition itself was one day.
So they announced it the same day and everything.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you won? Did you feel like you were gonna win, or like I could have a chance to win?
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I mean. Well, to be honest, in any competition I joined, right? Even if it's a school play, public. I didn't do public speaking, but I did do public storytelling on stage. So, in any competitions I've ever been in, there's always that belief I can win this.
Yeah.
Because if I felt like I was going to lose,
you wouldn't go in on it.
I wouldn't do it. Yeah. So
Faham?
yeah. Bukan, I mean, I don't know. Is it?
It's not arrogance lah. It's just
Yeah.
confidence lah.
Yeah.
And the belief that if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in.
Yeah.
So you have to
Yeah.
believe in yourself that
Yeah.
you can do this.
Yeah, if it's a competition, before I join it, I have to first believe I have a chance at winning.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So from KM, wait. I'm still braining this while we're talking. So a random guy comes up to you and asks you to join KM.
I know. Yeah. Never met him.
So how did that go into talking to the parents, telling them this guy wants to set this up? What did your parents say about it?
My mom was like, "Go for it,"
Oh no,
Yeah,
such an amazing supporter.
But my dad was like, "Who is this guy? I've never met him before."
I can understand that.
Right? And then you're going to join Unduk Ngadau. Unduk Ngadau? He was like, "No, you don't have to waste your time on that." I'm just like, because I think my dad is such a guy, is just like, what are those things for? But my mom was like, it'll be a good experience for you. Just go, maybe there was some part of her that's like, who is this guy, right? But that's also why throughout the whole competition, she was with us. She was always with us.
To make sure everything was okay with you and all that. That's a good supporter. Yeah. So how different or drastic was the preparation from district level, Unduk Ngadau, versus state level?
I can tell you this, it was definitely not something we imagined.
Oh, I want to hear. I mean, in a good way.
That's where everything just went downhill.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it just went downhill for us. Because my manager at the time, it was his first time bringing a victor.
Oh, from state, from district to state.
Yeah, it was his first time bringing a victor to the states. To the state competition,
which is held in KDCA.
Not the US. It was his first time. So he was much like me. He was inexperienced, and then he was stressed out because on top of having to manage me, he also had to, on his own look for lodgings, he had to makan everything himself ba. So I think
did that include your costumes,
he managed everything,
makeup, hair?
Yeah.
Oh, he forked out everything.
Yeah, everything. It was on his
so
own.
was your the traditional costume, was it custom made?
It was, he made it.
Oh, he made it.
Yeah. He did everything. I mean, looking back on it now, the dude had so much on his, on his.
He threw everything in as well. He put it in as well.
Yeah, but when we arrived, I still remember 2016. We were in Le Meridian, all of us. When we registered, he the kind of makeup that he put on me, maybe tidak berapa ngamla with my complexion, so it didn't look good in the pictures.
Right.
And then this was around the time when people started to root for their
fan favorite.
fan favorites in social media. This was around that time. It was already
So
starting by around that
Facebook
time.
was.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It was all the
the
craze.
comments.
Yeah.
Oh.
So because before that, it wasn't that big. They didn't necessarily put all the pictures online before that. The Unduk Ngadau competitions before, but that year, all the districts put their their victors, the Unduk Ngadau's pictures online, right? And then with social media, the fans and everything are like pitting us against each other, like, oh, she's not that pretty, oh, this one is pretty, all of that. So I was one of the least favorites. Yeah, because the pictures didn't come out right. The makeup also wasn't that.
It wasn't complimentary.
It wasn't complimentary. It wasn't, it was not nice lah with my complexion. I have to, I have to be honest about that. And then the EJK, Unduk Ngadau committee in Kota Marudu, the EJKs were complaining to my manager. It's like, oh, why you make up her like that? Like, why, kenapa kamu kasih make up dia begitu? Like, she doesn't, that's not how she looked like when she won,
Ugh.
So
He had pressure from everywhere, like.
yeah, and then he was saying, oh, takkan mau go all out during registration. And, to be fair
enough.
To be fair to him, this was new to us. We didn't even know, So he got a lot of he got a lot of pressure at the time, to a point where he wanted to just so he at some point he lepas tangan.
Oh.
Yeah. He lepas.
Did he stay all the way to the end, or did he lepas tangan?
He lepas tangan during.
Oh.
But during the final, he did come to to kasih makeup and kasih pakai me all the baju. And all
man,
of
that must have hurt.
Yeah, but that was basically it. After he kasih pakai me makeup, all of that, he didn't stay around for the the touch-ups and everything.
Part of me like kasihan him, and the part of me like, dude, what?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I felt alone lah. I felt alone. I felt abandoned. But at the same time, I didn't also want to blame him, because I knew his situation. But
Okay, so how long was the total? It's not just a weekend, right? It's like a 2 weeks thing, 1 week.
I think 1 week
of solid non-stop activities and.
Yeah. 1 week. We visited the museum, learned about, our culture, traditions, what we used to do back then, the
historical aspects of stuff.
Tumbuk beras and all that. Yeah. And then we also did workshops where they trained us how to, speak in front of people publicly.
Nice.
So yeah. And then to make speeches in front of people, all of that lah. So that was a good experience. I still remember what they taught us during those workshops up until now. They are still very useful.
Oh, that's good to know. But how was the camaraderie or lack of camaraderie among the other participants?
Okay, so the participants that we were put in. There would be 3 of us in a room. So the competitors who was in one room with me, my roommates lah, basically, they were all very nice. They were really good. They were good friends with me. But ada juga, there was one particular Unduk Ngadau I didn't really like. Because, dude, I remember this was during the registration day.
Okay.
She was sitting next to me. I was trying to make friends,
As one would do.
Yeah, and I was talking with her. I forgot already what I was talking about, but I was like trying to make small chats, Then she just, every time she answered me, imagine ba? Yeah.
Wow.
And I'd be like, I'd ask her a question, and then she would answer, my manager.
Oh, mean girls.
Yeah. She did make it into the top 7. Yeah, at the end of the day, I guess she was there to win it. She's like, I'm here to win, not make friends. Okay, all right then.
Are you still in contact with any of them?
Some of them, yeah.
Oh, that's
Some
nice.
of
Do you
them.
guys like get together once in a while, meet up, or just like once in a while, hello?
I mean, to be honest, even if we try to, it's quite hard because a lot of us are, either married or working elsewhere already. So, but there were the few years after that we still meet up. We still
Try to keep it going up.
try to keep in touch. Try to hang out. But afterward, we just, got busy with our lives. So haven't met them ever since.
Why didn't you try again?
I'm busy with my life too.
Fine.
Because like when I have time on my own, I just want to stay home. It's like,
Okay, fine.
Going out, meeting with friends, felt like a chore. Because it's like you work,
I have a life.
you work day in, day out. Then when you get time for yourself, you just want to stay home and rest.
True enough. How did that pivot from Unduk Ngadau to hosting, doing TV shows?
Oh, dude, that was
How did that happen?
Dude. It was during the Unduk Ngadau competition, right after, actually.
This was 2017? 16?
2016?
16,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
16.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that same year.
And then during that same competition, it was on the 31st.
Last date.
Yeah, I remember Seung Production at the time.
Shout out Joe and Aaron.
Shout out to Joe and Aaron. Dude, that was the career that made me today. Basically, that was what made me who I am today. Basically,
Big ups to Seung.
I went. They did this whole casting for the Humino Dun. They were filming Humino Dun at the time. They were casting, so they did. They were like, oh, who better to audition than the Unduk Ngadau themselves, who are trying to embody Humino Dun, right? So yeah, I mean.
So wait, all of you tried that for it?
I'm not sure if all of us did.
Only a few of you who wanted to try it.
I'm not sure if there was only a few, but I do know we were being called to audition, and so I did. I went to audition, and then, long story short, I got the part. Like a few months later, they
means
messaged me.
You were literally only 18, 19?
Yeah, around that time. Yeah.
Girl, what?
Yeah.
Okay, now
finished STPM, man.
Now thinking back, that's like a huge role on your shoulder to take. I mean, I feel like it would. Yeah, the big hype on Humino Dun.
Yeah, dude.
The people involved with it.
I literally went into it without even knowing what I was going into.
I think that was a good thing as well.
Yeah, I
no
guess.
expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, even until now, people still mention it. It's still, still words around it.
It was a big thing, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, but yeah, I mean, wow. I didn't even make it to top 15, but I felt like a winner.
Yeah.
when I got the part.
Yeah, man. I mean, of all the girls, and then you're still the one that got it.
Yeah.
And I like that you didn't do. It wasn't a one-off.
Yeah.
You found your way into it.
Yeah.
You found like your thing.
Continued doing it, right? I continued. I mean, there wasn't a lot of films, being made around that time, but people were doing a lot of travelogues. They wanted hosts, they wanted MCs. I just jumped right into it. I was like, MCing. Maybe I can try.
You did do Borneo Run, was it?
Borneo?
No, you sang for that one.
Oh, yes. Dude.
Yeah, I recorded.
We have a whole music. We
have
a whole
MV.
Yeah. Yes, and a whole MV.
It was you, Adam Shamil.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can remember when we recorded you. Me and Jonathan sir, we were like, oh, her voice, she got tone. So we were hoping like you would get into the music thing and all that. But I think acting was your thing.
Yeah,
So you stayed there. But
yeah.
we're like, oh, she's got tone.
It was, yeah. I mean, music, I mean, singing up until now has always, it has always been an intimidating thing. Because,
You say you kaki karaoke.
memang, but not to do it professionally, you know?
But you're singing in front of people anyway in karaoke. How? What?
The thing about, I mean, I have this thing in whatever I do, not to say that I'm a perfectionist, far from it, actually, but I want to be able to do it properly. I want to be able to do it, you know, to know that at the end of the day, I'm satisfied with that. I did my best, fully, you know, with whatever training I may get,
So something.
knowing I did it
Would
properly.
you say you would do something with purpose and intent?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And with singing, I feel like I would need training to do it professionally, right? And I've never trained.
And finding
for
the right
singing.
song. There's,
Yeah, like because they were saying, you know, people would tell me things like, oh, you know, you need to find the right kind of genre, you know, that suits your voice. I'm like, what is my voice? My voice how? What genre is? Because any song I hear, if I can sing it, I'll sing it.
You know, true. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna jump around.
Yeah.
So with the whole TV acting thingy, right? Which did you actually prefer? Did you prefer the acting, the hosting?
Oh, definitely acting.
Oh,
Definitely acting, because you get to leave yourself for a bit and then jump into a different person, a different character,
to be somebody else.
to be somebody else, and you get paid to do it. Right? And I can be very dramatic. I'm just that type of person. I can be very, very dramatic, and life can be so hard sometimes. I just, you know, I feel like acting is a good way for me to channel those emotions productively.
An outlet for you.
Yeah, it was an outlet.
It's an interesting
Definitely was.
take. Nice. I would have. Okay, like, I assumed it would have been hosting though, because of the movement, the traveling, the things you get to do.
I mean, yeah, I loved hosting too,
But
it was also acting. Come to think of it.
Guidelines, your scripts.
Yeah, it was also because I had to embody, you know, a different character, a part of myself, I suppose. You know, it was a part of myself, but it wasn't like it wasn't really me. When I was hosting, even I was acting.
Oh my God, you hosted Jazz Fest once, didn't you?
Oh yes, I did.
I remember that. Okay.
I mean, even that, I had to act as this like very upbeat, someone who loves, you know, I mean, not to say I don't love music, but like, you know, there's like that extra love for music.
You pulled it off. It was fun. It was okay. You pulled it off.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see if I got my numbers right. You did 4 features and 4 TV shows? Or is there more?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Oh, somebody did not do research.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
it right.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wait, 4? Yeah.
4?
3, I think.
Features.
Shit, I can't remember. So there's Humino Dun.
Yes, the first one.
2 movies I did last year. I don't know if I can say the name.
Let's keep it hush hush.
2 movies I did last year.
That's true. Wasn't there another one this year? Not the like earlier this year. Or was that last year? Really, was that last year?
Oh, yeah, this year. But minor role.
Yeah.
Minor role. So yeah, 4 features.
Oh yes.
3 that hasn't come out yet.
Hopefully they'll come out eventually.
It will. I mean,
It's always the case, right? It's like you're waiting a year or 2 before they actually come out.
But I'm confident the first 2 features I did last year is going to come out next year.
2024.
2024.
Coming out, girl.
Yeah.
TV hosting. Which was your fun, memorable one?
Oh, definitely with Scuba Zoo. Borneo Jungle Diaries season 2, and Borneo Ocean Diaries season 1.
So between ocean and jungle?
Definitely ocean.
The diving, yeah.
Yeah.
How many dive spots do you go?
Oh gosh, I can't remember. But we went to Mantanani.
Oh.
We went to here in Keke.
Uh-huh.
Mana lagi? Oh, actually, there wasn't that many dive spots. But I did a lot more diving after Borneo Ocean Diaries. Yeah.
You got hooked on it.
I mean, apparently, if you have a diving license, if you could do it, you get paid more extra. Apparently, yeah, it's an advantage apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we have a lot of hosts here in Sabah, but not a lot of them have diving licenses.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Do you still go
Petty.
diving?
I try to go within 6 months if I can.
Favorite spot?
No favorite spot, but definitely
Janji can dive.
paling convenient is definitely around Nanula, around KK.
I still say KK Islands are the most amazing. Like you land, you clear immigration, and in 20 minutes you can be diving.
Yeah, exactly.
Like where else can you do that?
Nowhere else.
We are not selling it enough. No.
Nowhere else, really.
Coming from a guy who doesn't have a diving license.
You should.
No, I don't. I don't know. Like, yeah, okay.
Why it was never something you...
In the beginning it was. After a while it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too hung up in the studio to go socialize in the water.
The thing about like diving for me, right? It's funny because I don't necessarily socialize, right? You go in water. It's just the sound of water. It's like you're in a completely different world. It's like you're in a different planet. Really, when you're down there already.
Oh, you have to give us this. Best diving moment. Memorable diving moment.
It's definitely when you expect to see certain types of animals, certain types of fish, or, and then you see animals that you didn't expect to see.
Well, such as?
Well, here, I can't remember the name. But si tatala.
Oh, okay.
Right?
The green one?
Yeah.
Not the green one.
What's the name? There's the apa tu green turtle, kan? Of course, but there's these other hawksbill.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Hawksbill, and then they have their own personality as well, actually. Yeah. They would apa ni? Yeah, it's hard. I can't really explain it, but they have their own sort of personality juga in the water.
So they get super hyper excited when you see them, and you're like,
oh yeah,
and
I do.
you forget you're scuba diving and you swallow water.
No.
I always assume people do that, like, and then you start swallowing water, and you're like, okay.
No, but diving. The first time when I was training to get when I did the training and everything to get the license, it was scary lah, because going into like very deep water was definitely scary. I mean, I could swim, but I wasn't a particularly strong swimmer, and so there was always that fear. And then having to go like really deep.
Wait, do you have your open diver's license? Open sea? Wow.
Yeah, open water.
Deepest spot you've gone diving? Or what's the deepest you've gone?
Open water diving. Berapa sudah tu? 20 meters kah? 8 meters?
That sounds deep. 20 feet? 20 meters?
20 meters.
20 meters, yeah.
20 meters, I think.
How dark does it get down there?
Well, open water, you don't really go really deep. So there's still...
So you buy the reef?
A lot of... Macam very blue lah.
Okay.
Because you lose color as you go deeper in the water. But a lot of like blue, greenish color lah. But never really that dark. Because open water is...
So you still get sunlight coming in?
Yeah. Open water is not that deep. Yeah. So yeah, I mean...
So you're into acting, you're into diving.
Into diving, into acting, hosting, MCing. MCing was one thing that I tried that I really didn't like.
Was it because... okay lah. What was it about emceeing that wasn't your thing?
Because I am so used to scripts.
Okay. So being ad hoc wasn't.
I mean, I could, but there was also that added pressure of having to deal with people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
Understand.
oh, Alex, you need to do this. Alex, you need to do that. Oh, something came up. Alex, can you say this? Alex, can you say that? You know?
I think I respect people who try it, know it's not for them, and then they don't force it,
Yeah.
or respectfully know that no, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
So,
do this.
thank you.
Yeah.
So emceeing for
Yeah.
me was that. I was like, tried it a few times. Not for me.
At least you gave it a try. Do you do it more than 3? I personally would try things for 3 times, and if
Yeah.
it's not a thing, I wouldn't.
More than 3 times and different occasions. Wedding, festival, birthday.
Yo,
Birthday, yeah.
what?
Yeah. And then even Unduk Ngadau itself,
Where was state district or?
district and state.
How did I miss that? I didn't know you did the emceeing for.
Yeah. I emceed state and also district. So yeah, definitely more than 3 times. Definitely more than 3 times.
I'm gonna go back to the Unduk Ngadau thing.
Yeah.
If somebody would ask you for your opinions on should I give it a go, should I try it, what advice would you say to them?
I would say definitely go.
What would you say look out for?
Look out for people who want to take advantage of you. Know when to say no. I mean, as with a lot of things in life, know when to say no. Know what's good for you, and know your goals. Basically, yeah. Because you need to have purpose coming into it, right? You need to have
Why you
purpose.
doing it?
Yeah, why are you doing it? You know, for me, it wasn't just because I feel like I could win it. It was because I felt like Unduk Ngadau was relevant. I still feel that Unduk Ngadau competition is relevant to sow that that love for our culture, for our traditions. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we're not going to go till the fields anymore, you know, like in the olden days. But we do want to remember our roots. We do want to remember what our ancestors used to do to get us where we are now. So a lot of that is tradition. And for us, tradition was centered around rice, right? The cultivation of rice. That is something that's our identity. That's part of our identity, and we cannot forget that. So yeah, when people ask me, is Unduk Ngadau still relevant? You know, like should people do it? Would you recommend it? I say yeah. But then again, you know, this is for the Unduk Ngadau committee. They have to find ways to make it more relevant, you know, in the changing times in this day and age.
To keep up with time.
Yeah, to keep up with the time so that it stays relevant. But I feel like they've been doing really well with, you know, making the victors, the Unduk Ngadau from every district, like make a video or, you know, come up with something to show what is unique about their district, what is unique about their culture, what is unique about their the ethnicity that they are representing.
From their own perspective.
Yeah. So that's one way that they made it relevant, which I think is a really good move. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Unduk Ngadau, and I wish Unduk Ngadau, you know, for it to continue years and years after this.
I love the advocacy. That was dope. KDCA, you need spokesperson?
Yeah, I mean, I still believe in it.
Has it been a hindrance being known as a Unduk Ngadau? Has it gotten in a way where people make light of it, or they assume you got to certain situations, or because you were an Unduk Ngadau?
Yeah, there's definitely that. I have experienced that.
Sorry.
It was because you were in Unduk Ngadau that you got this part, you got the job. Itu ini. Imposter syndrome, man. Like, it became real. Because it felt like, oh yeah, if it wasn't because of this, I wouldn't get this. Which is, you know, to some extent, maybe it's true. I still feel that. But at the end of the day, if that was 100% truth, right?
Yeah.
I got, some parts purely because of, the fact that I was in Unduk Ngadau. I don't think I would have stayed that long in the industry,
I agree.
right? At the end of the day, it's not just because of that one thing I did. I believe it was, well, not to toot my own horn, but I do believe I have talent, and that's why I stayed in the industry.
I think the UN thing, I see it as a good stepping stone to other things creatively.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you know where you want to go and what you want to do with it. So when you go for UN and it opens up doors that align with what you want to do, why not go through those doors?
Exactly.
And I think I like that not that you don't hold on to it, you respect that you went through it, but it's not like it's with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Was it a hard thing to let go, or were you like, Mimang, that's what I'm going to do?
Yeah, how to say,
This is becoming like the Unduk Ngadau show.
Welcome to the Unduk Ngadau sofa session with Alex and Chris. How to say, that was a part of me that I've never thought about needing to let go. It's still part of me today. It's still a big part of me today because it was definitely a big platform for me. It was a good stepping stone. So it wasn't something that I had to let go.
Okay.
Yeah. It was something that's always it's something that's always going to be part of me. I was that. That made me who I am today. So that's my perspective on it lah.
I think I'm asking that because of my own thing where, I'm this music guy, this rapper-ish guy. And it came to a point where photography was picking up for me. I fell back to that music producer guy because I felt that was me. So this photography is a temporary thing. Instead of like going all out into photography and respecting that made me where I am now, but that's that. This is this. So like, I'm like, no, it's amazing that you had that where you don't, not that you held on to it, but you respected it and you know it's there, but you're not like, that's it for me.
Yeah, no. Thank you. That's it. I never actually see it in that sense. But yeah.
Pow.
Also therapy session with Chris. But yeah.
On and off camera.
Yes. You are, honestly. Like, dude, the sessions we have, chatting, gossiping, talking.
Yeah, and like this is how it happens. Like, I would be free and I wanted to shoot somebody and I asked Alex, you free? I can do photo shoot. I was like, yeah, let's go. So we do a photo shoot for like 45 minutes and end up talking for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, and I appreciate it as well because it's that open friendship that we have that we can talk about whatever and anything.
Yeah, and then like we can be so caught up with our own lives. Sometimes we don't even talk for sometimes weeks, months, right?
Yeah.
But then when we see each other again, it's like, hey, it's like baru yesterday we saw each other,
Cool.
Yeah, I get to have that with you, which is really
It's
nice.
kind of rare, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of rare. Yeah. Going into I lost my train of thought. No.
Take your time.
What? Can I go really random questions? What makes Alex happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah. What makes you happy? I myself had a hard time answering that. Like, I really don't know what makes me happy. I confuse doing something that makes me happy or being happy, I think. I don't know if that makes sense.
Doing something or being happy?
Like, sometimes when you do something, it's just like a temporary happiness. It's not something that makes you happy.
Okay. I think I get what you're saying. I have asked myself this question before. Like, what makes me happy? Because, when people ask you that, especially for the first time, you're like, oh, shit, what makes me happy?
It makes you think like, what does make me happy?
But at this point in my life, I have been asked a few times, and I think I do have the answer.
Let's go.
That. It's not one specific thing.
Let's go. Let's list it out.
No, I know for a fact that happiness is a state of mind.
Ooh.
I know when I'm not happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I need to detach myself from something that's not making me happy. Yeah. And I know, I know what doesn't make me happy, and I think that's important. What doesn't make me happy, I either stop doing that or detach myself from it. But yeah, happiness is a state of mind. It's every day I wake up, not to say happy like I'm not crazy, but but I am content. I'm content with my life. I'm not a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't own everything, but I am content with my life. For the fact that I am free to do what I want to do.
Ooh.
I have been free to do what I want to do. If I wanted to act, I could act. If I wanted to sing, I could sing. If I wanted to drink, my mind senseless, I could drink.
Oh yeah,
right?
I remember stories.
And then and then still be able to, to wake up, detox, and continue.
Acting.
Acting,
Hosting.
singing.
Wait, have you ever hosted or acted hungover? Have you ever?
Once.
Oh damn!
Once. I'm not gonna say which production.
But
no.
it happened. All right.
There was once.
Just leave it at that.
But that was enough experience for me to know this is never going to happen ever. I will never allow this to happen again ever in my life.
So what, did you mess up lines and all that stuff?
Thankfully, I didn't.
Oh, but you just had pain and...
Yeah, and just, so tired. Everything is so bright.
Can't believe you went on set hungover.
I did that before.
Damn, girl. Went hardcore.
Yeah, no, I did that before. But I was young. I was probably like 22, 20.
Oh, that's the early.
21, 20. Yeah.
That's the age to go wild.
Yeah. Still around that time. But I never did it anymore. Like once. And then afterwards, I made sure I was healthy. Wouldn't drink. If I do drink, pun kan one glass enough.
You know your limits.
I know
because
my
you go and
limit.
work and all that stuff. Respect.
Yeah.
So, you're saying you know how to detach. Is it an easy thing to detach or is it hard? I think I have a hard time detaching myself. Because I would think like, but it made me happy before. How can I just leave it? Maybe it will make me happy again.
I had a whole experience with that. Came out of a relationship, and that's when I needed to learn how to detach, basically. Because yes, once it made me really happy, once it made me content, but it wasn't making me happy anymore. Whatever it was, right? The relationship, and then there was this whole like process, the heartbreak and everything. But I think it was learning to compartmentalize. The things that used to work that are not working anymore, and looking forward from that, like, is it ever gonna go back to how it was before? And if it was, is it still able to make me happy the way it did before? Asking asking yourself that question.
Okay.
Right? Is it worth holding on to it? And then detachment for me is a whole process, little by little, day by day, really. It's letting go of this. This is talking about like big commitment, big things kind of detachment. So yeah, it was a whole process. It's not something that happens overnight. For me, detachment for that one big thing that used to make me happy took me a whole year.
Whoa.
A whole year of convincing myself this is gonna make me happy, convincing myself this is not gonna make me happy, convincing myself nothing's going to change, convincing myself things are going to change. There's that whole back and forth. But as you go through day by day and then realizing more and more, especially knowing how to compartmentalize emotions.
That's a hard thing to learn.
That's something that I had to learn because emotions clouded my judgment.
I don't compartmentalize my emotions. I limit my emotions.
I try to compartmentalize. Like, there are certain situations or times that I allow myself to feel. Or that if the feelings or emotions are particularly intense, I will write it out. If I am angry, I will be angry. If I am sad, I will be sad. I will cry my heart out. And then once that's done, deflated sudah, then I'm able to think clearly. And I think for me, that's how I compartmentalize.
I don't think that's compartmentalizing though. I feel like you're actually letting your body and yourself go through the emotions instead of holding it back or hiding it. You actually go through it and then like, okay, that's done. Then that's where the clarity of this is what I need to do next.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. But then again, I say compartmentalize because that feeling is always still there. There's that big sort of, there's that feeling that's always going to be there. But like you say, you get to you after writing out those emotions, getting it out of your system, right? You limit those emotions, like you said, but then you're able to put it aside and then move, take the decisions that you need to take, be it hard or easy. So,
man, that makes it sound like we got so much emotional baggage.
Me?
All of us.
Yeah, dude. All of us.
I mean, what you said makes sense though. Like, Alta's crying.
Right?
Alta started doing the crying face.
Don't cry.
Oh, Alta.
Oh. No, but
well, I think what you said made sense though. Like, I felt like going through it means you let it go, but I do in a way. Yeah, what you're saying is true. It's always there with you. It's just where you hide it. Does it come back or not? Or how much of it comes back?
Being able to manage it.
Damn, so much work.
It was.
It is.
It took me years.
It
still is, right? It doesn't stop. But I mean, that's why we need to have emotional intelligence, right? We need to understand what our emotions are, like why are we feeling this way?
I for a long time could not sit through my emotions. Like I couldn't deal with it, so I would not deal with it. So that made me a workaholic, and I associated my well-being with my work. Work was good, I'm good. Work is bad, I suck.
Yeah, but it comes back around, right? Like,
I don't know. That's why I never stopped working for a period of time. I was like, it has to be good.
I mean,
if work sucks, I suck.
I mean, excuse me for saying this, but you would be those type of people who would tiba-tiba blow up.
Yeah, nasib tidak juga lah.
Like, like
yeah, everything
what
falls
broke
to a point.
the camel's back, like something, right? You just small thing, you just like
I think work broke me, and that's where I went, got help and figured things out and took mellow approach. So like how you say you would avoid things and like detach from things.
Yeah.
I think that's where I am now with certain work situations. Where like, nah, I'm not gonna deal with that.
Yeah.
Or I don't need to do with this. So it's weird. It feels like you're giving up certain things, but in essence, it's just taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of people are confused between what is good and what is bad.
Yeah. I mean, what is good for you? What is bad for you? Because, I mean...
But then sometimes I feel like what's good for you might not be good for the people around you. Especially family and all that. So it's like that's like the balancing.
I was just gonna get into that. Yeah. I mean, there are things. I mean, first of all, you need to understand who you are. Yeah. What makes you happy? What makes you angry? What makes you sad? Like things like that, right? What is it that you like to do? What is it that you don't like to do, right? And then that's part of getting to know yourself. And then there's these external factors like your family, if you do this thing that doesn't necessarily make you happy, right? It actually makes them happy. or they think it's good, they want that for you, right? So there's that, you have to find that balance. But in order to know how to find that balance, you need to know yourself. Yeah.
So deep. I think like I always thought, getting a normal daytime job would make me happier, because then I would have access to do things on the side of things I like. Tried it for a few years.
It wasn't for you?
Yeah, so it feels like I'm happier with the struggle in a way.
Yeah.
But I'm in control of my time. So I'm in a good situation now with the studio and stuff. Shout out Smart Bar. So it's a bit of both, where it is a job, but it's not like I come in every day type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky that I kind of found a happy place for work. But I think what I thought made me happy before was actually what made me content. Like with music, it wasn't me creating music for myself. It was always working for other people. I mean, I would always say this, I would love working with clients who are young, like people who just trying to find their sound. And then the parents would come to the studio, and the parents were very skeptical. Like, can my kid do this? But the moment when the parents hear the final product, the smile that the parents have, that makes it like, okay, whatever I'm doing now is worth all the pain and all the struggle. Just to see the parent go like, oh, that's my kid.
That's your job satisfaction.
Yeah, that's
right?
like, I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Nice.
I'm doing this.
Nice.
I'm doing this right. So I think I confused that with being happy or being content. Like, I don't know. I'm like super confused.
I mean, I think all of us are a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Every one of us. But, yeah.
We're going so deep in this. What's your one vice in life? Like, I'm a sneakerhead, so like that's my vice. It's slowly becoming watches and gadgets, but mostly sneakers. You, my dear.
Goodness me. Vice.
Yes. Besides drinking. No, no, she's not a heavy drinker. No,
promise.
No. We would have way more stories if she was.
No, I'm not a heavy drinker. Casual drinker.
Social casual, yeah.
Because
you don't dumb out when you drink.
No.
Except for the one time.
For one time.
One time.
But no. No, but no. It's
I think you're more a casual social drinker.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you don't hunt for it.
No.
Like that, when it's there, it's there. So what's your vice? Sorry.
Can singing be a vice?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And you still don't think you can sing?
Because
I'm confused.
Not to say I don't think I can sing. I just feel like
It's
I don't
not
know.
professionally.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it properly.
What's your go-to song?
I like musicals.
Whoa! Name one. Not name one lah. Which one's the favorite? The one you like? I'm a Sound of Music person.
Well, I cannot name one. Okay, but I will name recent ones that I have been crazy about.
Oh, Burlesque is on Netflix.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
it got added on.
That was my one of my favorites growing up. And then Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
And then recent ones were Hamilton.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw snippets of it.
Hamilton, West Side Story.
Legends.
2021. I just recently watched it. I know Lambat already.
Did you see Hamilton when it was online during the pandemic?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
What? How did I not know about it? I knew about it after the fact. Like, y'all got to see Hamilton? What?
Dude, I love it. I love Hamilton.
I love how they modernized it, but still had the old language in it.
Yeah. That was the one I saw. The one by...
I forgot the guy's name, but I know the guy you're talking about. It's coming. I got his face. I remember him from the Graham Norton interview.
I cannot. We
shall not Google this.
I was just singing. I was just singing the Hamilton musical, honestly, on the way here.
What?
Literally.
In your car?
In my car.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then Recently, Hunger Games is not a musical, but there were musical elements in there. They cast Lucy Greybeard, the character. They cast. What's her name?
Wait, this is the Hunger Games, right?
What's her name? Rachel Ziegler.
Oh, okay. I know the name vaguely.
This is the newest one. The newest installment. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, she was amazing in that film, and she sang all the songs live when they were shooting. So that was my favorites in that was Pure as Driven Snow, the song, and then the Ballad of Lucy Greybeard, The Hanging Tree. That's OG. Even Katniss Everdeen sang it. And then I'm such.
I know her favorite movies now.
Yeah, I am a nerd. But the thing is, the Hunger Games, the trilogy wasn't my favorite. Wasn't my favorite. But I love the books.
Oh,
I read the books. This recent one, Pun, I have read the book as well. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And this recent film is so well done. It was so well done.
I don't know if I want to go to the cinema now. Looking at the numbers going up. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right. But
okay, the last time I went to cinemas were all film festivals.
But they have released the digital version already, lah.
They have?
Yeah, I think.
Lord,
Disney Plus.
I'm so out of touch.
I think Disney Plus. They released the digital version already. So, you have to. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch it.
You like musical because it does go back to acting and stage presence and all that stuff. Have you seen Annie, the new Annie, the hip hop version Annie?
I haven't.
The one, what's his name? Oh my goodness, the actor. Anyway, yeah, there is a new hip hop version. They adapted Jay-Z's song into it. Yeah.
Wait, can I watch it?
Let's not go there. Yeah. Google it up.
I'll look for it.
Annie for me was something caught me off guard. I was thinking like, how can you beat the original Annie, right? So this one, they borrow the story, but it's not a remake. It's a remake, like it's a total different racial class and everything.
I see. I'll be honest with you, Annie. I have seen a while ago. When I was in my teens, early teens, dude.
90s, late early 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, in my early teens, I think so. A lot of the songs I forgot already, but if I hear it, I would know. It's from Annie.
So like Oliver as well, Oliver Twist.
Yes, but I don't think I've ever seen Oliver Twist.
Oh, I'm so old. It was black and white.
I don't think I've seen
Mary
that
Poppins, not the
Mary
new,
Poppins,
the OG Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing,
that,
man.
Yeah.
How they would jump into the characters and stuff. I'm like, anyway. Yeah.
I think. I mean, these were the movies that did it for me, man. I feel
sparked your imagination, right?
The musicals, because it was
Julie Andrews, man.
Yeah, it was a big thing back then, like these musicals, and then Hallmark Channel, remember?
Yes.
Watching The Nanny. Dang. The Nanny named Fran. Dude, I would sing.
And how that's not her voice?
Mr. Sheffield. But I mean, it's because of like the same. You see the same set. Even when I was a kid watching that, not understanding how sets work, how acting or showbiz work, I sort of got the idea that, hey, these people went to the same place, acted in the same, like worked in the same place, because you see the same thing.
The same backgrounds.
Yeah, same backgrounds. And then I kind of get this idea that, this was work for people, and they get to become these characters. They get to, be these people and show up on TV. And I wanted to be that. So,
in hindsight, do you think like joining UN, you had the thought of like maybe acting would be along the lines? Wow.
Never. I didn't think Unduk Ngadau would do it for me. But I always had sort of an inkling. that I would pursue it one way or another. I would try.
Give it a go, lah.
Yeah, I would
That's
try.
where your the school plays happen and everything.
Yeah, I would find a way, right? But I never thought, never in my wildest dreams, I would thought it would have been from Unduk Ngadau. I never thought that. Because for me, at the time, Unduk Ngadau was a one-off thing. Like, I would join this, had a
Good time.
good time and then a bad time as well. But that was it for me. Like, this is it. Habis, done, end of story. But then the casting call happened, the audition happened. I just went and I got the part and dang, that was it.
Steamroll straight from there.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And no, it was crazy. It's crazy. Up until now, I still can't believe it. But
Can you imagine how different life would have been if you were not doing the takoyaki thingy?
yeah.
Kan?
And before that, I was a cashier
What?
in survey.
In Kota Marudu lah?
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So you studied the whole life in Kota Marudu. This is like we're going back in time
Yeah.
again. So you never had the inkling to like work in KK or like do something in KK?
No.
What?
At that point, belum lagi. I was just out of school, man.
Yo, I would have thought like the moment you leave school, that's it. Screw this. I'm going to the big city.
Yeah. No. I wasn't. It was
Shit. That
it
was me
like,
from Labuan.
I was like, I don't know how life's going to be in KK, but let's try out working in my own hometown dulu.
Oh, I'm like, yo, you did almost everything lah. You did a cashier job. You did a.
Not everything. I never did waitressing.
Okay, fine. Did you have? Okay lah. You know you're an attractive lady. You know. Yeah.
Before
Okay.
Unduk Ngadau, I didn't.
Tell me you had the looks. You just didn't know you had the looks.
Yeah,
lah.
I
Okay,
suppose.
fair enough. Did you have issues with people like when you were working where people would? Because I think like sexual harassment here or like misconduct is so not recognized, but it's not taken seriously here. Like, did that happen to you when you were after SPM lah, after school lah?
Yeah, I mean there were.
Like, did you know what was happening, or in hindsight, then you're like, oh shit, that was what was happening?
I mean, I'm thankful enough. Whatever that happened close to like sexual abuse wasn't that really that bad. It was just on the off chance someone made a comment, all of that. But I have always been outspoken enough to be like, what do you mean by that? And put them in their place.
You
like,
voice
make
it out,
them squirm.
not just
Yeah.
lay back and like, what?
Yeah, it's I would. I think it's just me. I'd be like, what do you mean by that? Explain yourselves. What do you mean with that comment?
Girls, don't be shy.
Yeah, like put them in their place, make them squirm,
Yeah.
make them think. Why did you say that? Think again. Make them think again. So, I've always been like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because when I started the whole music thing here and the whole studio works, right? There were agencies we were working with that because everybody was doing it, it felt like it was the norm. All these lewd jokes, all the inappropriate whatever stuff. And then it felt like that's how it is and that's how you react to it and that's how the girls take it. But it took me a few years after that to realize like, oh man, it's the circle you're around that really impacts what's happening. So like the majority is doing it and there's no voices coming out. The minority still has to tahan, layan.
I guess for me, I'm really grateful to have my mom because, she's been through that growing up as well, when she was young as well. So, she taught us, or rather her personality and us seeing that, how she would react, how she would respond in that situation. It was like a blueprint for me and my sister.
Nice.
Like we would do the same thing. It makes us think as well. Like you don't just let comments, sleazy comments slide off. What do you mean by that? Explain yourself. And then it's as simple as that. You ask them to explain themselves. They squirm. They do.
Truth. Very true. Because I think I'm not defending lah, but I think a lot of the guys or people that do it don't think when they do it. They just say it.
Because like I said, it's a norm.
Yeah.
Right? It became a norm.
So when you call them out, they're like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not being offensive. Then when they start being defensive, you're like, bro.
It's like, who said you were being offensive? I am just asking you what you meant by that. What do you mean my dress is too tight? It's no, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we know how to dress appropriately. We know, you know, in terms of dress lah. We know how to dress. We know how to be appropriate, you know, or suitable to the setting wherever we're going. We just don't appreciate those comments. You know, at the end of the day, we dress in whatever makes us comfortable or makes us feel confident.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True.
I mean, I am
Yeah,
also...
but the whole dressing thing is kind of dumb, dude, though. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I'm also the type of person that at the end of the day, no matter how I don't like this personality lah, I will never judge them by how they dress. Because I feel like that's dumb. I feel like that's very shallow.
Agree.
You have no other thing to complain about this person other than their
attire,
how they look.
Yeah.
And that's just very shallow, I feel like.
I do catch myself doing that sometimes. Like, yo, why am I judging?
I mean,
but sometimes it's like, yo, what?
not to say I'm too perfect. Also, not to say I'm perfect and I don't think yang macam, why did she choose to wear that? You know, like I would think that way too, but I would catch myself. It's a practice.
Okay, I'm gonna sidetrack and go on that. Right? I cannot handle short shorts. I cannot. Like, especially when the butt cheeks are hanging out and you're in public and you're on an escalator. No. Why? Why? That for me is a call out. Like, no. No.
I don't know.
It's not sexy. No.
Then again, they didn't dress for you.
Yeah, but it's like, it's my eyes. My eyes.
Just avert the eyes. Just
my eyes are going upside down in circles.
Just don't. I mean,
so sometimes it just cannot.
I mean, like I said, it's a practice. For me, I would see that.
Confidence, girl.
I don't necessarily want to see someone else's butt cheek. But hey, you know, I would just not look. Hey, okay, fine.
You got the confidence to flaunt it. Go for it.
I don't know you, so I don't have any right to say anything about how you dress. So,
but it always shocks me though. Like,
you do your thing. Like, that's me.
Where'd I go? Okay.
That's me. I mean, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. But the dressing appropriately that does make it's like, I think it's common sense. Like, you know where you're going, you dress accordingly. Don't be provocative, especially now. Like, don't push the envelope. Like, you know what you're not supposed to wear, or like, don't say your rights to do it, and don't be American when you're not. It's like, you know, just throwing shade.
What does that mean?
Don't be Karen. You know how people they'll do a certain thing just to press an issue that doesn't need to be pressed. Like, you're going, let's say you know, you're visiting somebody in the hospital. So dress accordingly lah.
Yeah.
Don't like you going clubbing. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there should be that general respect for everyone around you juga lah. Yeah.
Don't make it uncomfortable for other people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, don't make it uncomfortable for other people.
Yeah, I guess.
Like booty shorts in shopping malls.
But then,
okay, that's not booty shorts, like short shorts.
I mean, other people just need to mind their own business juga lah.
I don't know.
Just say
when it makes you go like, I cannot handle, I'm freaking out. Why is this butt cheek freaking me out?
I guess, Chris, this is where we come close to, you know, to agree to disagree.
Yeah. I agree.
For me, I would just
let it pass.
Let it pass.
I
mean, it's the same as making unnecessary comments or inappropriate comments in inappropriate times, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with dressing.
Yeah.
So it really, for me, it's like common sense lah.
Yeah.
Don't be showing your butt cheeks when you're going to the hospital or
Church.
to the church,
Yeah.
right? Just
Common sense.
have common sense.
Yeah.
This is all common sense. I would say. I mean, I wouldn't want to judge their like the baju, the attire, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're going to church. Don't be showing your butt cheeks.
Yeah.
You're going to hospital.
And then again, the whole argument where you're dressing to attract attention, I think is invalid in a way. Because even like I have friends and families who, baju kerja biasa, cross the road pun kena honk, kena catcall. And I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on?
That's a normal occurrence for us girls.
Holy crap. Like what, a daily thing?
It's a daily thing. I mean, if you're walking at the side of the street. That's why, for me, right, I hate walking around KK. I hate walking at the side of the street because there's always going to be that. Someone would be like, I mean, just yesterday I got catcalled.
In KK?
Yeah.
Di mana?
So I went to get a massage.
Uh-huh.
It's been a stressful week for
Uh-huh.
me. So afterwards,
Oh,
so afterwards when I was done and everything, I wore this like sundress ba. Oh, excuse me. I wore this sundress so that it would be easy for me to get in and out of, right? And it doesn't matter how I dress, right? Provocative or not provocative, but I mean yesterday I don't think it was provocative. It was this length.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was walking towards my car and then this few guys, huddled in some corner. That's always scary for me, to be honest. Huddled in some corner were like, sawadee kap, kapun kap.
What?
And then they're like, my name is whatever, and trying to call out to me, hey girl, my name is And I was just like,
I'm too old for this shit.
yeah. What the heck? But no, I mean, it's never age appropriate. The heck?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, what the heck? Just it's crazy. Come to think about it, I was catcalled just yesterday. Crazy,
Bro.
But yeah, for me,
Uh-huh.
whenever I get catcalled like that, especially if I'm like alone,
Mm-hmm.
it always makes me scared.
Yeah.
It makes me scared. I would walk briskly to my car, get in, lock. That's at this point, it's habit. It's a muscle memory, right? As soon as I get in my car, lock.
Uh-huh.
Without not even starting the engine yet, I just close door, lock.
Safety first.
Yeah, it's a muscle. It's muscle memory already at this point.
My niece had a good question for her cousins. Shout out Azira. She said, "Have you ever felt the guys lah? Have you ever felt threatened just being in a lift?" And they said no. And she's like, "For girls, yes, all the time." They're like, "What?" Then when I think about it, I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah." If you're the only one in a lift and a bunch of guys come in, you will go into safety mode straight away. It's insane.
Yeah. But I'm lucky enough I've never been in that. Actually, the many years I've been here, I've never actually been in that situation.
Oh, she kena in Center Point. She told me about it, how the guys were trying to back up. And they're like, nasib.
Oh my god.
They got off on the next floor.
Oh, all guys.
All guys. All boys lah. But, no, I don't know.
Scary.
And I think social media doesn't help.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? There's this thing called echo chamber.
Ooh, tell us about it. Because my echo chamber is a whole different thing. My audio echo chamber is a whole different thing. I think it's the same concept though.
It's when you click on something and the AI keeps on showing you the same thing because it thinks you like it. But let's say, for example, there's a video of a woman getting assaulted, right? You click on that, you watch it, just because you're just like, oh, what's happening here, right? but then the AI would think, oh, she clicked on that, because there's that intention and there's that purpose there that you actually clicked on it. So it'll keep on
Finding the same content.
yeah, it'll show you, next when you scroll, it'll show you the similar contents, and then you stay to watch like for maybe a few seconds. You scroll, it shows you the same content. It becomes a whole echo chamber. Apalagi if you actually type in and look for it, But I mean, my echo chamber, my YouTube channel, if you look at my suggestions, it's a lot of it is musicals, video essays, film reviews, because I love that. Script writing, all of that.
Oh, mine is all sneakers, watches, podcasts, hip hop stuff.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
On like, if we look at it in a spectrum, we're still on, like, we're okay.
Yeah.
But then there's another spectrum that's very negative.
Yeah.
The whole, like, have you heard like the alpha male and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That? Like, apparently it's a whole
Thing.
It's a whole community.
Yeah, it's a whole big
thing.
movement. Got followers and communities lah, social online communities.
Like,
The shit they share.
severe sexism, and you have apologists for that. You have people actually, coming up with, reasons as to why it's valid, why it is, why it should be like that. Like, oh, alpha male, and then girls should behave this way.
So subject to this.
Like, oh, male, females, apa ni, dynamic, all of that.
Yeah.
I have seen someone I know who has that echo chamber, who has that, all the suggestion is that, scary to me. And then it reflects in the way they talk as well. Like, oh, oh, you can't do that. You're a girl. Excuse me.
Oh, dude.
Be like, apa ni? Maybe it would be hard. Maybe it would be easy for you, lah, cause you're a girl, kan?
I think in the past 4-5 years, it made me a bit late lah, but it made me realize just how hard it is just to be a woman. Like on a daily basis. Like even my girlfriend, like we go McDonald's and the amount of stares she gets sometimes. It's crazy how openly people do it.
It's crazy. But then again, like, dude, your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She's very pretty.
Yeah, but
Very pretty.
But when a whole table is staring at her, and I'm sitting next to her and they're all staring at her, openly eating burgers and staring at her, and she's like she's like, you said there's a automatic thing you do, right? She just blocks them out. She knows they're there, but she just ignores. I'm like, that's why I had to ask a stupid question lah. Do you do this a lot? Say yeah, since high school, since she has to do it. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, then my niece has stories, then my aunties had stories. Aunties ba? Kena. I'm like, wait, fetish gila sial. And and I would say lah, the being in the music community, it can be quite dangerous because it's a very blurred line, I would say.
Yeah.
Because there are those enablers and those that let it happen, like who are okay with it. So it's a very not uneducated line lah. It's a very line. I see it as a line that goes back and forth, back and forth. You are people who are like, oh, okay, but I don't like this person, so not okay. Oh, this is okay. Okay.
It's also, I mean, music industry. That's one sector in showbiz that I have never, sort of played around
satu
with.
lagu
Sikit lah, satu lagu, but never actually really went into it. So
it's okay. You don't have to. Your acting circle is enough. Your daily walking life is enough.
I do want to try,
Musical.
one of these days, maybe in the future, cover a song.
Okay, bring a bunch of school kids and do it.
Yeah? Bunch of school kids.
Yes, we can.
No, but
you have 2 years to make it happen.
What do you mean? I can do it afterwards.
Anyway, we have to wrap this up. We've gone all over the place with this, which is
Yeah.
fun. Which is what we always do in real life anyway.
Yeah.
So like sofa sessions. So like what's in the pipelines for you for 2024?
2024, I will be sort of disappearing from KK scene for a while. I have recently accepted a government offer to teach in a government school. Thank you. But I will be ripped away from my home here in KK. But yeah, that'll be, the contract is for 2 years. I will see whether or not it is for me. If it's not,
I think it is. I think the kids will be the reason you will stay.
We'll see, huh? We shall see. But yeah, that's definitely one. I think the best part.
Yeah, the kids.
With teaching, the kids.
I especially for me with your knowledge and your experience and what you've done in life, just to go to where you're gonna go to teach, right? And hopefully inspire kids to see a bigger, better world. I think that's what we lack for my teachers in my generation lah. Those who would see beyond and inspire you to do more.
Yeah.
stuff.
Instead of the normal, you need to study so that you can become a teacher, so that you can become a lawyer.
A doctor.
A doctor.
Oh.
I mean, that's all good and all, but when I was growing up, that was basically like the only career options.
Kan, when you say cita-cita anda jadi polis,
polis, bomba, cikgu, doctor, lawyer. What else?
And here you are being
You can count them on with 10 fingers, literally.
And here you are being a actress, a host, producer of sorts, a script writer, doing all these things. And the weirdest, not the weirdest thing lah, the reality of it is not something you studied, but something you lived through.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't study this.
No.
Like, you lived through it. That's crazy.
I do wish I did though, right?
I don't know. I think studying it and living through it is like a two different thing. One is like, okay lah, you have the basic knowledge which will help you in life. But working through it as well has its merits.
Of course.
I feel sometimes studying it takes away the passion for it.
Because it's too technical.
Yeah.
Too theoretical.
Yeah. And with studying, you tend to study so many topics.
Yeah.
While you, in reality, you only want to like, maybe out of 5, you're interested in 2.
Yeah.
So you flunk the other 3 and you don't get anything.
I guess.
But yeah. Even with audio engineering now, people ask me if they want to go and study. I said, nah, you just intern or you freelance or you work with other producers. You don't have to, not that you don't have to, like, you don't need to go get a diploma to be an audio engineer.
Yeah?
Not really. I mean,
that's news to me.
Okay lah. If like, for example, like if you're Sabahan, your intention is to go get a diploma or degree in audio engineering and come back, you're gonna come back and do what? Like the industry here, bro.
Yeah.
Kerja RTM bos.
Yeah, if we're talking
not as a
about
bad
here.
thing lah, but it's only one RTM in KK.
Yeah.
So
if we're talking about here in Sabah, yeah.
So if you're willing to not be here and go elsewhere, then go for it lah. But if you want to study it and come back here, don't. Rather study something else that makes you money that you can play around to be an audio engineer.
Yeah.
Life talks. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Parting words to the fans of Alex Alexandra.
My goodness me. Be true to yourself and follow your passion.
Woo! Well, she lived through it.
Yeah.
Best spokesperson for that sentiment. Anyway, this is Chris. This is Alex. This has been Sofa Sessions with Chris. Shout out to Smart Bar.
Bye.
Ciao. Thanks, Alto, for manning the cams. What? Wrap it up.
This has been a great time.
I know.
honestly.
It's so like how random we went and how serious it got.
It's like, oh shit.